Hi everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Stamping. My name is Lillian. I'm coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who just happens to love sharing different ways to craft with the products that you have. So there is a card that many of you have asked me to share and to how I made it, how it was done. And so we're going to do that tonight. I've listened to you and I'm excited to share it with you. So let's go down to my desk and see what we're talking about. Okay, just there we go. Sometimes the button works better than other times. Hi Roz, so glad to have you here. And let's see, we're set up. There we go. I've had a bit of a busy day. I went to a memorial service for a friend's dad, and it was beautiful. It was really celebrated the legacy that he left. But we were late getting home, and so I'm just having to get my head into the game here. But we're getting there. So let me just share this video to my group page because some of you like to watch there, and we'll get going. While somebody's waving a puppy paw, whoever's doing that, you're talented and I love it. It's so cute. So thank you for doing that. And here we go. All right, first off, before we do anything else, well, that was Linda waving the puppy paw. Linda, I love it. I'm going to have to learn how to do that. Tonight is February the 27th. So that means tomorrow is the last day of February, believe it or not. So that means it's the last day of celebration. So for celebration, you can earn free product, all kinds of things from in here or from the things they added on during February. So all of this stuff for every $60 or $120 purchase, you can earn that for free, but it's going to expire tomorrow night at midnight. So if there's something on your list, act quickly. The same with the starter kit. So check this out. It is an unbelievable deal. The starter kit is always the best deal in the book, but during celebration, you get all kinds of extra bonus money to spend, and you get to choose whatever you want. So if that is something that's interesting to you, just a heads up, time is running out. It's always so sad to see it disappear, but then there's always new stuff coming, right? So just before I forget, last week we used the Memories and More cards and envelopes, and this is the card that we made, and we saw some others as well. And so, as many of you know, when you leave a comment, I put you in a draw for the card that we made. And Sandy Allman, your name was drawn to receive this card. So do remember to message me your mailing address, and I will send this to you. So we'll put that to the side right there. And you're saying, well, what card are you talking about, Lillian? Well, the card that I'm talking about is this one here, and it's not the outside so much, although it's lovely. And we were just in a department store the other day, sort of department store, and there were carrots everywhere. And I thought, oh, Stampin' Up! Is so on trend. We have our carrots and we are ready to follow because it seems to be carrots are the decor item of the day right now. But it's the inside of the card. So it pops up like this, and it also has a gift card holder. And several of you have asked me, how did you make that? So I'm going to share it with you. I did adapt it a little bit, so I will share the adaptation, and that's something you can choose whether you want to or not. Now, this idea is not original to me. I first saw it done by a demonstrator in the States named Rhonda Wade, but I've seen other people do it too. So I will show you my version, but that's who inspired the card. So we're going to do it differently on the outside, but this is the fold. This is what we're concentrating on. So the paper we're going to use is celebration paper. It is the paper that you can get free with a $120 order, and there are 48 sheets in the package. So it's this huge package here, all these lovely spring colors, perfect for Easter, St. Patrick's Day, all that kind of thing. So there are 48 sheets for each of 12 different double-sided designs. So I know I've shown it to you before, but just to jog your memory, and I tried to do it so I could be more efficient, so I clipped them together. So here's one side of each of the 12 by 12 pieces, and then when you flip it over, here is the other side. So you've got your all kinds. So what colors do you have? You have these ones here: Petal Pink, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, Fresh Freesia, Coastal Cabana, Calypso Coral, and Balmy Blue. And when you put that down, you can just see how those colors go with that. So just to let you know that, and we are going to be working with this one here. So we'll move that to the side and bring it in. We're going to start with a piece that is 5 1/4 by 12, and we're going to cut it down at 5 1/4 by 9 1/2. So this is going to be the inside piece, and then we're going to cut this down so that it's 2 by 5 1/4, and I think it's just a smidge more. So let's bring our paper trimmer in and cut it down to 2 inches like that. And we have just a little bit left over, so we are really making good use of our designer paper. So we've got those 2 pieces. Then we're going to use the other side of the piece, and we're going to use the ginkgo branch dies. We're going to use this one right here, this nice big one. It's part of the bundle, the ginkgo branch bundle. So lovely, lovely bundle here. I've used it before. I've used this one here. Now we're going to use the nice big one. So here's my little get acquainted sheet. So you can see that some of the dies actually cut out stamped images and others are standalone. So that's what I'm using. And you find that bundle on page 57 of the mini catalog. So just showing you that. And so we're going to cut out from the designer paper, we're going to cut out this wonderful branch here. And believe it or not, it fits in the mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. So it actually does fit perfectly. So I've already cut it out, but I wanted to show you that it does fit. So I'll put that to the side and bring in the die cut. I am really having fun with this die and die cutting it out of different designer paper. So before, just a little aside, this die looks gorgeous in the fine shimmer paper as well. So if you're looking for a special card, that would look fabulous. So what are we going to do with this here? So this is 2 by 5 1/4. This is 5 1/4 by 9. And we're going to bring in a piece of thick basic white that is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So it's scored right in the middle. All right, so that's just a little note to myself to remind myself how to do things. So we're going to, I'm just going to show you roughly what our plan is so you can help me out while I am building the card. So we have, we have this, we're going to mount it on that, and then we have to decide whether we want it on the Coastal Cabana or the Balmy Blue. So this is what I was thinking. So tell me what you think. So we're going to put this piece on here. So we could use either side, but I thought this was a bit busy with the flower as well. So this sort of calms it down a little bit. So if we put that on there, do we want Balmy Blue as this layer, or do we want Coastal Cabana as that layer? So you tell me in the comments while I am telling you what to do with this piece right here. All right. So I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored. You can bring in any scoring tool. This is just easy to do while we've got it like this. So what we're going to do, and I've got a little sheet here, so it's 5 1/4 by 9 1/2, and we're going to score it at 3 3/4, 4 3/4, and 5 3/4. We are not going to score this one, but we are going to fold that later. So I just had that there. So 3 3/4, 4 3/4, and 5 3/4. So that's where we're going to score it. So let's just do that right now. So 3 3/4, 4 3/4, 5 3/4. So we've got the scoring done. And so one of them is the halfway mark. So I'm going to fold it in half right here. And then I'm going to fold up on this side, keeping my edges nice and flush. And then I'm going to fold up on this. And I forgot to watch the comments, but I just glanced up and saw Coastal Cabana. So maybe we'll go with that. So anyway, that's how the fold goes. All right, just like that. Then we're going to bring this corner and just wing it, all right? So we don't want to pass this fold. In fact, I don't want to quite go to that fold. And it's like, I'm liking it like that. Now, if you're somebody who wants to measure, go ahead and measure. But I just found it worked out pretty well like that. Now, I am going to show you something that I think I wanted to do. There's a very confident thing. I absolutely love this until it came time to write in it. And then when I opened it up, this was in the air and I found it really hard to write in. So there are 2 suggestions. One, don't glue this in until you've written in it. Obviously, you're going to do your stamping first, but don't glue it in until you've written in it. Or, after I had it made, what I did was I did another score line at the halfway mark just to give it a little more give. So that's what I'm going to do with this one right here, just to show you the difference. So here is 4 1/4, and I wanted to go 1/2 inch farther, so 4 3/4. I'm just going to score that. It's not going to harm the front of the card, and it will give me that flexibility should I want to do that. Okay, let's build the inside of our card first, and then we'll do the outside. So this is like this, and when you fold it up, it's like that. So we want the folded corner to be on the back, all right? We want the full piece to be glued to the front of the card, and we're going to do that first. So I'm just going to have this resting here. Bring in any adhesive, either your seal or your multi-purpose or whatever. And we're going to put glue on all 4 edges here. We're going to take it and butt it up to the fold and try to leave equal border there and there. And then we're just going to push this down. Now when you open the card, that's fastened there. Now to do this one, we're going to fold it, but we're not going to put glue everywhere. We are going to put glue next to the fold because we're making a gift card holder, right? we're putting glue along the bottom, and we're putting glue just up to where we did that fold. So we've got just here, here, and here. And all we're going to do again is close the card, and everything should be in position. And just like that, we have the gift card holder here. We have this. We're going to finish that up, but I think now's the time to go and finish the front. All right. So for the front, and we said Coastal Cabana, didn't we? It could go either way, and partly it would depend on what you're going to use it for, right? So we'll pretend that we're doing it for a happy occasion, and Coastal Cabana is pretty happy. So we're going to bring this piece in and just run it down here. Now that I've got that, I'm going to put it right about there, I think. And this here, and that's for something else, and like that. But I want to stamp some words, so I'm going to put the words here. And one of the words that is in the set is the word friend, and I really like that. And I'm going to put it here, and we could use Balmy Blue, we could use Coastal Cabana. Since we are using Coastal Cabana, we'll use Coastal Cabana for the ink. So this just might be a birthday card or something like that. So let's put friend down in that corner before we stick the flowers on. Like that. This word also gives us lots of opportunity to work around it. I really like it a lot. And I'm going to, before I stick the flowers on, stick this right onto the Coastal Cabana. Like that. Now, I could have cut these flowers out with adhesive sheets, but I didn't. But they're very easy to put adhesive on because you just put little dots where it's nice and thick, or you can put mini glue dots. So I thought, why don't we do that? So we'll put mini glue dots. Let's just see, because some of these are going to hang over. We don't want a mini glue dot hanging over. I think we're going to be okay here. So I'll put a mini glue dot here, and here, and here, and there. That should be pretty good. And then I'm going to put a bit of liquid glue here and fasten that down. That's my plan. Let's just see if the plan works out. So we'll take the backings off first. Just like that. Going to bring in an adhesive or silicone mat, just in case I get too much here, but it looks like it's going to be okay. There we go. And so now we'll just angle it like that. So now we have not only the interest of the designer paper, we have some raised parts and some free-flowing parts, and it's all looking pretty good. So let's fasten this on. And we'll go right about here, like that. And we'll put this on with dimensional. So this card is coming together super duper fast. The real fun part of this card is what's on the inside. So that's what I've titled this video, What's on the Inside, or What's Inside, I think I ended up saying, just because it's nice to have something fun on the inside as well as the outside. So there we go. We'll put this on here. So this is a pretty basic card layout. I call it a never fail one because it just works so well. So now let's finish off the front before we get to the inside. One of the things that I thought we could do was bring in this gorgeous, it's the Balmy Blue and White ribbon. You really have to feel it to feel how soft and workable it is. It's gorgeous. And so I tied a bow before we started it, and I'm going to just put it, well, so it doesn't cover the words. So I will angle it. Where will I put it? Maybe more like that. Now, those of you who say, I can't tie a bow, here's a little tip. Tie a knot. Just take your ribbon, loop it through once, pull it, and don't pull it tight, but just pull it snug, and then you've got it like that. And that's exactly what I did on this card here. I just tied a knot, and it looks finished and it looks great too. So that is another option. So let's bring in our glue dots and fasten that bow on. And I might trim those tails, I might not, I don't know, we'll see. How did I have that going? There we go, just like that. I'll play with that tail in a minute. And then one of the embellishments that you really liked, and some of you hadn't even noticed, are the dragonfly trinkets. So I thought, why don't we put them on here? I think they would look neat on here. So here they are. In fact, I saw some earrings in a store the other day that looked very much like this. And I was thinking, I could glue those onto some earring backings and make my own earrings. But I just thought it, I didn't do it. But it is a thought. So there we go. So what, I didn't explain what I was doing, and I should do one more perhaps. I took the glue dot and kind of rolled it so it's long and skinny, and I'm putting it on the dragonfly's wings like that. Now, where should this little dragonfly land? I think maybe right about there. So there you have the front of the card. So let's do something with the inside now. Let's finish it off. First off, we're going. You like the dragonflies, Linda? I do too. They are so cute. They really add. So first off, I think I've got that just a little bit crooked. There we go. I'm going to just put a bit of glue here and stick it down so it's not flapping in the breeze. And we have now two pieces that we want to put on the inside. We want to prepare this piece, and it's going to sit here. And then I'm going to just repeat what I did here and put a circle here just to finish it off. It looks fine, but I'm just going to kind of finish it off. Now you could use a square, you could use an oval, you could use whatever you wanted. You could, or some of our dies like our dragonfly or butterfly dies would look really cute there too. But I'm just following this card right here. So let's bring in, where did I put it? Let's bring in the circle and this, and these are the two pieces that we need to work on now. So for this, I thought I would just maybe put that, oh no, maybe I will put this, yeah, we'll stamp this as well. And since we have quite a bit of the balmy blue here, I think I'm going to put balmy blue underneath this one here, and that will just add a pop of color. You can do whatever you want, obviously. So we're going to put this here. Now this is a distinctive stamp, and it really does have lights and darks. And at first I thought, oh, I'm not so sure. That is really light. But you know what? It worked out okay. So, and then when you put this over top, it looks really good. So let's fasten this on. I'm just going to put little dabs of glue here, 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 and I'll put a bit here, like that. Now, if your glue is new or if it's running really fast, remember to put some on here and then just pick up bits on the nib. But this is cooperating tonight. So we'll put this down like that. And then we're going to work on this one here. So this one, I think we're going to bring in, I think just one of these. I just need some scrap paper to stamp on. like that. And we will leave it like that. I kept wanting to stamp some more, but I'll make myself stop. So we've got this, Now, before we fasten it in, if I'm going to do words, I want to do the words now. So I am taking the words from the set Happy Labels. I really quite like this. There's no one like you. So let's ink that up and put that, oh, how about right there? There we go. And now I think we can close this up. And start to assemble. So we are going to put this one right here. And we could have added words or things, but we're keeping it simple, right? So, like that. Just finishes that off. Now this, we are only gluing it right here, right? So if you're afraid that you're going to put too much glue here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put glue here, but I'm not going to go totally to the top. I am just going to, can you see what I did? Put where I figured this is going to hit. And then I'm going to fasten this in. Now on this one, I took it, I think, right to the fold. This one, I'm going to have it come out just a little bit. And I'm going to slide my hand in and make sure it's straight. There we go. So there is the card. So it opens up like that, and then here is where you put the gift card. And of course, a Stampin' Up! Gift card would be always lovely. You could always put a photo in here too, or a little secret message, that kind of thing. Now, if you want it to have more of a book fold on the front, remember we have scored this. So you can just sort of put your fingernails in here and give it a little nudge, and it makes it just a smidge easier to handwrite in there. But that, again, is your choice if you want it to be like that. But I absolutely love this fold, and think it's a really neat way of just adding something fun and special to the inside of the card. Now, if you didn't want to make a gift card holder, you could just have left this flat, and I think it still looks really neat. And then you could put another panel here as well. So that would give you the option. So here's this one. Here's the one that spurred the idea. They are both made using the paper from the same package of paper. So totally different looks. It's just such a versatile pack. So I hope that helps you look at your designer paper a little bit more to see how easy it is to dress up the inside of your card a little bit more. And I just want to share a few more Ginkgo cards with you. So I have a few here. So I showed you this one. And some of you are saying, where did you get that neat embossing folder? Well, it's coming March 1st, and so I'll be talking about that one later. So did you see, this is basically the same card. I just added the designer paper here. So this is the card that I based this card from. I cased my own card. And if you would look at this one closely, I actually did another layer and did emboss this layer. So you could do that. I could have done that as well. So there's that one there, and this is done with the, is it Fancy Flora? Something Flora. Fancy Flora designer paper. Not totally Fancy Floral. Who can help me out with the name of that designer paper? It's 6x6. They painted a bunch of stuff and they did that. This is another one done from that designer paper, and you can really see how the dies even emboss. So, and this is always great too. And then this is one that I have done with you before. So there's another version. I'm really stuck on the deckled right now. So there it just gives you a little hint of some gecko cards. Fancy Floor. Thank you, Karen. I was right. I just wasn't trusting my memory. And now I want to just share a few cards that I've been receiving or that I've just made. So here is one, again, using the same paper we used tonight, but here it is here. And this way, whoops, you can see both sides of the paper again. So just, that's another one. Here is one. This one's came off of here somewhere. Here is another one where you can see both sides of the paper and story. The reason this has, I couldn't decide whether the words should be in the pool party or if they should be embossed in gold, and I had the two and I was going back and forth, and so I ended up cutting them apart and doing both. So here is another one where you see the both sides of the gorgeous designer paper. Have my instructions in there. And then I received this from Marilyn today, and those of you who know me know that I have been on a kick with the Enjoy the Journey suite, and I have a class with that. And this, look at what Marilyn sent me today. Isn't that neat? I just love that. I love the embossed panels here. I love everything about this card and the fact that we can see sort of the whole scene here. And so thank you, Marilyn, for that. And I received this one from Karen Duke. So here it is. It opens like that. So there's another fun fold. And this is really a neat die. So it cuts out a lot, but it leaves some attached, just like that. And then a different Karen sent me this one, and I'm in love with this as well. I love how she's done the frame. It's simple but elegant, and it just looks so good. And this one I received from Karen Duke as well. I think it was my birthday or something like that. So those are some of the cards I've been receiving in the mail that are just fun. And I have been putting cards in the mail too. So some happy mail is going out. So just before we wind up, we were talking about this suite of products, and I almost forgot to mention, I have a class to go. It's the Journey class, Enjoy the Journey class to go. It's, if you want the packet of materials, you have to order it by Saturday. So I will put the link up for you to click on and check that out. I also did a video showing what would happen in the class. So just a little heads up about that. So somebody just said something about a live how to make a fun fold card. I love the let's celebrate you. Where is that? Let's celebrate you. This one here, Irene, is that the one you're talking about? The one that I cut the words apart and made that? Or this one? Tell me if it's the white one or the seaside one, or what one you're talking about. Okay, and the one Karen Duke made. Oh, this one. Yes, of course. I've missed the words right there. I'd love to do a video. I don't have any more of this paper left, believe it or not, and I don't have this die, but I'm sure I could figure out the fold. And then it also opens up. So it's kind of twofold fold. So there you go. And so don't forget, if you're interested in this class, to register. Most of all, don't forget, celebration ends tomorrow at midnight, so don't get caught. Be sure you take advantage of all the goodies that are happening. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and have fun. Bye-bye.